Hello and welcome back to another segment of Ask Nadav, where I answer questions from viewers just like you. Today, rather than answering a question, it's actually sort of a Nadav Asks segment today. I have a question. I'm curious, I've thought a lot about this. Maybe you have some insight. I'd like to ask you. Why is it that people don't put more effort into fixing their personal finances? It's sort of something they just sweep under the rug and deal with it later. Why is that? Finance is so important to all of our lives. Our lives revolve around money, whether for the good or for the bad. Our lives revolve around money. We have to pay bills. Most of us work. We have to pay taxes. Why is it that for so many people, we overspend and we don't put away money for the future and we just avoid taking care of the things that are so important to us? I don't know, maybe it's just because something we don't want to deal with. I don't know, maybe it's because we've sort of become ashamed to talk about money. At least in the United States, it's something that people really don't want to talk about. My money's my money. Don't bother, don't ask me about how much I make. Don't ask me about what I spend my money on. Don't ask me about what kind of debts or investments I have. Most people just don't want to talk about it. Maybe that's why there's just some stigma and people are ashamed of money. Maybe that's what it is. I think maybe it's a lack of knowledge, perhaps. Some people just don't know a lot about money, and so it's something they would just kind of rather not deal with. I've thought also maybe it's kind of like when a person has to go to the doctor because they've got some pain and they think it's something serious. But, as long as the doctor doesn't confirm it, it's as if they're not really sick and they don't really have a problem. Maybe it's kind of the same thing with finances. If I don't see my numbers, I don't see how much debt I have, and I don't see my lack of investments, then I don't really have a problem. If I just stick my head in the sand and don't think about it, then maybe I just don't have a problem. So I'm curious. I've thought a lot about this, but why do you think it is that people don't put more effort into fixing their finances or spending the time to learn about personal finance? We spend time learning about all kinds of things that just, don't matter. We spend time just binging Netflix and doing things that just aren't good for us. Why do you think that is? I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I just don't know. Maybe there's different reasons for different people. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you have any insight as to why you think it is that people don't handle their finances, or perhaps maybe if you're not handling your finances, why is it that you aren't taking care of it? Just let me know. I'd really, really appreciate some insight and some answers, because if there's anything that I could do to fix those problems, I'd be happy to participate and just make it better. So please, I'm Nadav Reese, a financially savvy parent that you always wish you had. I appreciate you stopping by and watching this segment. I look forward to answering more questions. If you have a question, go ahead and leave it in the comments or hit me up on social, or you can find me at my website, financiallysavvyparent.com. If I can help out, I'm happy to do so. I'll see you next time for another segment of Ask Nadav.